Namarba kuat kalat kan long tu be. Suam kan niap.
Kiri pop sudah. Kim dan hi ka boarding ban ai yang ni.
Chuang mem ta. Ngali ngatieng bat mai cika bodum. Ban ngam kuat ban niap bak cingdum.
Ndam la apo setleo pat. Kadum hiam.
Kikubor Kapatisi TV. Ka East West Group of Institution Bangalore, ka khot admission na kabanta ka nursing but paramedical course, ka bala ithu da ka Indian Nursing Council, ka buy admission ka badunatam, but she's pa percent ka jinyokam. Pila ru ban apply da ka education loan.
Kikenhun jengin kai school but college deficit. Kila kan taj bet haduk mentaban pediang ya ka Meghalaya non-government school and colleges employees centralized fund scheme araja pun Rio. But kila kentu yak sarkar ban pentrai kambait ya ka pension scheme araja pulai bagai national pension scheme ka bala penbenaus nam araja pulai araja pusau. Haka jingikran begilat patai khubor u presiden jong khasi jaintia deficit school teachers association u babu Boswell Pala ulapen ke mauru bahaka jingelang bak sarkar hakan riu teruk jemang aja pun riu ka senggala kan taj mardor banyak keren Namarba ka sarkar kam shimla khotlut ya baru ikan huon jong kena hikai syakami jingekren ula kan thoru baka tanat klasushim hi ya karai hadien bikilamino naka jingelang bat ongru baka jingpen mi ya jingpen bana kalong ka basule donbor Khlem ka jingmenjur jong kena hikai.
Because despite the fact that clearly the government knows that we have our concerns, which are very genuine and legitimate, with regard to the Meghalaya Non-Government School and College Employees Centralized Provident Fund Scheme 2026, and the non-continuation of the implementation of that till now referred, I think we can refer it as Scheme 2023. The government has called us for a meeting on the 6th of May 2026, that was last week, to understand the concerns of the deficit employees. We went to the meeting with one intention, to tell the government that, okay, if it still chooses to pretend like it does not know what the point is, what our concerns are, it has done this for its own convenience, then we are ready to tell it again and again that our concerns are these. Basically, continue the implementation of Scheme 2023 and the NPS that you started sometime in 23-24, and just remove this Scheme 2026. So we went to the meeting on the 6th of May 2026, last week. But upon hearing and seeing that other non-government, non-deficit people were in the meeting, we object to that. Besides objecting to the fact that there were many tamperings, 3 to be precise, of the Board of Trustees, and also the non-invitation of our deficit colleagues from other associations. To our dismay, not long after we came out of the meeting, by the way, we came out of the meeting, please note this, my dear friends, we came out of the meeting on the 6th of May 2026, that was last week, only after the chairman of the meeting, Shri Vijay Kumar Mantri, said that he would conclude the meeting after we made our representation, after we made our objections, and then he told us that we could leave the meeting. So we left the meeting. And then after we left the meeting, we learned later on that there were further discussions that took place in the meeting that were, so to say, very troubling, in the sense that because of those discussions, there were suggestions and observations made in our absence when we had already left the meeting. And these suggestions and observations that were made in our absence, I need to stress that, were jumped upon by the government, by the education department, and because of these suggestions and observations, it made very damaging notifications that are very damaging to the deficit employees, and may we say, to the whole education system in Meghalaya. I think I have to say this, that is a very low kind of cheating of the very low level. The suggestion and observation that particularly tells us that there is clear intention to harm us and the education system in Meghalaya is that one that resulted in the notification that the employees, deficit employees, could opt out of the CPF 1969. It has to be very clear that the employees who are having CPF right now are only the deficit employees. And to have other people speak on behalf of the deficit employees and to make the government come out with a detrimental notification is wrong on all fronts. Morally wrong, procedurally wrong, and even legally wrong. How can people decide for us in our absence? This is clearly a very evil manipulation by the people who think that they can do anything just because they are in power. How can the government come up with a twisted notification telling us, the deficit employees, that we could opt out of this CPF 1969 when it had just told us that we would be called for a proper meeting? And by the way, the meeting would be today. How could the government come up with a highly questionable notification and the forced implementation of the scheme 2026 when the government itself says, as per the minutes of the meeting, we have it here with us, that this further action on the implementation and operationalization of the scheme will be taken after due consideration of the matter pending before the Honorable High Court of Meghalaya. And yes, when the matter is pending in the High Court, how can the government rush to implement the objected and rejected scheme of 2026? And we reiterate here that we trust in the honor and wisdom of the court. And it is quite noticeable. It is something that we have seen as a pattern, that the government, the education department, calls us for a meeting just one day before a court hearing. Last week, there was the court hearing on the 7th. We were called for a meeting on the 6th. This week, there will be a court hearing tomorrow. We are called for a meeting today. And we have to say this, that if inviting us to a meeting, our presence in that meeting is only meant to manipulate certain things, I think we have to take a call from now on that we will not attend these kinds of meetings, especially when the issue is very clear, when the things to be discussed in the meeting are very clear. I may repeat myself here that we have to express our concerns to the government. That is the purpose of the meeting. last week, the meeting of this week also. And the government clearly knows that we have certain concerns. They know what our concerns are. And I think we should applaud the government for being successful in creating some confusion. And yes, sadly, it has managed to create frustration and depression in some of the deficit employees, especially the retired ones. We cannot really think how our own government can be so unresponsive and irresponsible towards us. We request the government to act with sensitivity and sensibility when it comes to our issues, particularly this case of our Scheme 2023 and NPS. Today there is another meeting, as I said earlier, and the meeting notice clearly says that we are called to this meeting to discuss Scheme 2026. It is another clear sign that the government thinks it can bulldoze its way into full implementation of this challenged Scheme 2026. We understand the government has all the resources, but we have only our voice, and we have to request only the government itself to look at the act and the law. And when the government itself had started the implementation of Scheme 2023 and NPS, it should complete the implementation of these and remove the barrier that it erected in the form of Scheme 2026 to block the completion of implementation of Scheme 2023 and the NPS. Another point I would like to share through you to other people. We would like to know from the government what happened to the SBI Mutual Fund, which was notified as the portfolio manager of the non-government schools and colleges employees Central Provident Fund sometime in October 2025. Because for the meeting on the 6th of May last week, no person from SBI Mutual Fund was invited, whereas other bank officials from insurance came. We keep requesting the government. We will not get tired of requesting the government to please complete the implementation of Scheme 2023 and NPS for the deficit teachers and employees. In the long run, education in our state of Meghalaya will gain. Thank you.
Yawan kumni hoi ngan sutu ni hap yawan kumni syaka press ni kinong hikai ngakwa ban batai syai hang ni sipang bet kum tanong hikai depset ngalingo si syai kini ki order ki bami na ka sarkar away hadin kaway kabangi rung ismo promar naman danga yathu yapi naduk kasni ba ngelayo kata ka confirmation na ka jingpen scam jo ka kam jungi hakani ka kam hikai ndai ni yo kata ka confirmation data na ka chiti ba pen scam ni kani ka kam kajudan ka jingtho kata ka chiti ba ita ino hikai ibathung hangta ila la pen scam ya ka kam jungi nado kata tarik ban bala pen scam i haps dang ban seal syaka CPF scheme. Kata ka CPF scheme, kabakat kendai, spa, ribu kendai. CPF Act 1969. Berkat mo, ribu kendai. Ngingi o statehood niyo po mo. Di kino hikai jengi kat kiberang tray, nila dang tem. Kibela syong thait kidan, kiberang tray kidan. Dia kalayat siat kumni. Hooi ni kum kino hikai, ni song tu, bakadan kata ka kies ka jong kinong hikai ruang takut Halor kanika CPF scheme kajing penteri kam jongka. Ban pek ban kimi kumno la penteri kam ya ka. Ban lada la penteri kam ya ka pura bah kurkom ka bedai. New iru ba hawar hajar saw New York kashti no Under Secretary Education Department Sarkar Meghalaya. Kababtha ya ka Directorate of School and Elementary Education but ka Directorate of Higher and Technical Education. Kabtha kumno kabtha ba ya kini kinong tray ha kini ki school deficit ni ki college deficit kin hap bantap ya baro kapisah kata ka CPF kabaki baru kata ki penang haki account ki jong lajong ka hap bantap ya sya kata ka centralized provident pension and provident fund account kaba ka sarkar hi kat kum ka jing tha jong ka kod kala pli ha ka SBI lan kra shushu New York ki shiti nakini ki tenat ki bapia jong ka school but jong ka higher but technical education kabaptha ini kinong tray kabaong but kaong kumno ngan pulih hindiat da pareng mo. As per the directions of the court, the Meghalaya government is directed to create and operationalize the Centralized Provident Fund Scheme under the Meghalaya Non-Government Schools and Colleges Provident Fund Scheme Act 1969. Shushu hakani kajuk order ka sarkar ka laong kumno nan pulih yang napareng. As per this direction, it had on 30th September 2024 opened the Centralized Provident Fund account in SBI Langkra. Shushu kaong kumno. Kani ka scheme. In case employees who do not give their consent, they will remain in the present CPF system. However, the government will not give the matching share of 8% to their individual CPF account since the government has to comply to the Honorable Court order, which implies a centralized provident fund scheme. Kani kamu iyu kasarkari kapli kata ka centralized provident scheme kasarkari kabaong toya thap syata but kini ki order ki bami na sarkar kalong katkum karai jong kakut tinggi ki badai kinong song kinong hikai ki balanang nasta ni sultu ya ka jingdan kam ban buat ya ki order jong kakut ban haba ka sarkar ko ini bakat kum kakut tingi buat pe ki order ni thap syata kabalingok pede kalong bakani kaki sekarang ya takut nilingok sisya bakami kata ka order bakata ka order kadai hadian kata ka meeting ka bai ong i baku pala ka Henry tarik ka order ka bami na uni uju commissioner hi wa ai ki order barok hai di baswa uni uju commissioner hi upha sakwai ka order ka ba Nidang syuyok diang dang min chismi, let's say ki school, but ki college ki papel juni, hindi ngiyo ishwa haka press report, ba kila ay kata kala ini banjit banmi no nakani ka CPF scheme. Ho yang suto yaki no hikai ki bala syong khai, let's say ka jingdon kam jongki ngat ngam tuk mo ka platin kala la ka jong, ka jingdon kam ka babun, let's say ki te ki kwa banmi. Ngobda ka buburom yaki ruang. Tongis nutu nimla te banyarap kowe kalian lada ki ong mi ki kwa ban mi te nimla ban nei de Henry yani te ki badang tray nadok kas ngining kong pi pentray kam yakanika CPF ag yani pi ong tem nadok kini kisngi ki baswa pi ong yani tap hangta baladang pim tap kumta ti nimla bangin yarap pi kanu nokom menta pre pi ong ni seino jet But hi mapi. Kamut ayu, haba nakas ngiling kong, pikam ay lahat yang abangan jiet, bangan rong dengan nombrong sa skim, menta, ndala siteng, pio yang jiet, mi no nenay mi. Kabang ngilong lingok syusyuk kan ka sarkar kalong belai ki penni kini ki order klik tedong klik Chipang say haba pilas dang kawai tilebek kawai lada ka dei ka order jong ka kuat dak ka buram ngin buram ya kata ka order jong ka kuat ringim sukru syuk kami ka order na dalor kani ngilong ki ba syayong shisha namar ngani athu hok epi la as nem ni labu hangta haka centralized provident fund minta lada ong ngi seiru ngan sei kumno ni tap kelumte nga u personal subscriber ID ngam padio ngam tip kli kiniru playo sir playo mes sir nim padio telada ong seiru ngin sei kumno Aishwa yang itu personal subscriber ID Aishwa yang ini kata kajing ken kajing dia ngin saya perkat katarung palle minta ong say shwaban say ong kumno pendap shwaya ka form tinda de pendap ya ta ka form nganda say dang ayo kajing ken ka bamdei kamtam la dang ala shong thak ngan li mari chanu ngan li mari ka school jongane ngan li mari ka sarkar ne ngan li mari katarung suthu ba kalong ka baklur mar ba kani ka kom pentri kam berkajing kerpat juni ya ka sarkar kalong o ko sarkar but o kinang tari sarkar lada pi sungthu snubha phi ki bala khamya nang ya start le si banya ngiru bot si kat thik bin pa bin kat kum ba ong ka kuat kum tangin le ai la chwa le ya ka badon kam nai pen kurmar jing mut jing perkhat kum ni yang ni man kapor ngi dan laki kam ki jungi ki bakam kia ni dan kam ban hikai ki kena school ki jungi ban pendap ki kos kumni penklur marengi ngi pois ke jing jar
like NPS ne kum ke NPS hendai kam de ke NPS kadi halor kata pi bangi ngi ya semua siap tien ba ndong kadi kum kata tang bakam de kata tinggi sekolingo kani ke scheme 2026 ru haka order ka bagi ong bakin implement ya kani ka scheme ka kam batai sha ya kita ki share ki bagi dei banyo beros kata ni shi ai pra por barem mentaki ashpo kani ka scheme ka kam batai e kata ka shpo pesan ka share ka shi ong bai share sathap te bat kata ka share ka long bagi thor ong ta scheme ba kan pen kat kum ka jing penteri kam jong ka sarkar tinggi ni semua siap tiang namar banda ong kat kum gajing penteri kam ke sarkar mentadi paula syai ke sarkar kamon ko ngan penteri kam tang arut ngam lap dong i am tinggi ni kwa bangin ngin long kata bai bang temen jini kan ko besiam te ndi ba hadian kat tukat ni pen kelabiang hadian kat tukat ni pen kelabiang but kat kum kani ka scheme aku henrio ko ong ba 100% pila ban sei 100% hab ban tiet insurance katakan portion type annuity scheme tinggi kata katiet insurance ka belong market link bedi bat kadi katiet kat kum kajing ya ayo hat mo ni semua siap tiet tika bo ya kata kajing magen but nak kata 100% pede en sayo ya kata pension ka bani tiet insurance tika pension ka bakat no kata ka ba pension siap tiet ni namar ka kat kum ka ni laya syong ni laya ken mo kidan mentaki kor keyboard kini ki phone gi kai kapai ka baduna ba tingin ya nak bentak anu sa kunto sekolah
ada pi tab sekolah ni san hajar sebenarnya
dia berkat si kata ni pelangkan show hundian dengan tab sekolah san hajar kat nda syong thai le simo hadin sekolah pi tip ba nda syong thai minta ka dor jong ka si hajar kalong kat nu hadian suppose nem tay san hajar long kat nu tay dor dali siyo te minta dali siyo si hajar lalu dah ka besuk te kat dapoy ka takpor hadian suppose nem te san hajar te lalu nak tang balik yo tang sin si yo
kadai kabala shna kat kum kata ka act 1969 te tambaki kendon hang ni kim ya habi berkata ka act 1969 nado kom invest ke pisa baki bukun haki point mo te ki ongru bakadai kum ke NPS ki dei hakawi ka line ni ki ong ba ka scheme 2026 kalong fully aligned baka NPS kum ke NPS tangba kamdei kumba ongi mamantan kata ka bangila ban withdraw ka ya pair na ka baka NPS ka ai kata ka contribution na ngi ki employee na sarkar Khlem kamdei kum ka NPS nang ta ka ba kham ingiu ru ka wai ka don ka ni ka clause 45 mo ka ba ong ba lada don ka chingye teng khu hapadeng ka ni ka scheme 2026 ki kendong ki ya teng khu jong ka 2026 scheme but ka NPS regulation kani kabatho ah kani ka scheme 2026 kan job kan job kamat da ka kumno ro kan biang baik Namarba sisin bak periang kani ka scheme 2026 kamot ngyan kum kani te hantal pausai kan bakam dei ka NPS ro.
Mornings are always busy. Everything feels fast. I hear mom shouting and I'm trying not to be late. Outside, Shillong is already awake. Cars move slowly, horns are loud. It feels like everyone is in a hurry. Then the STEMS bus comes in, bright and yellow, always on time. The caretaker waves and I feel okay. Inside, we laugh and sing. We share snacks, we help each other with homework. It feels nice. My parents know I'm safe through the STEMS app on Mom's phone. Because this bus isn't just a ride. It takes us to school, with friends, and a little bit of hope. This is STEMS, our ride, our future.